My ghost story. This story goes back about 30 years. I was about 12 years old. I lived in a very old house out in the county. This old house was very creepy and way back off the road. Behind the house there was a huge forest. One night I was in my bedroom playing and I started hearing things moving upstairs in the attic. I knew there was nobody up there. My parents were in the front room watching TV. So I come out of my room, still listening to see where exactly the noise was coming from. And it was definitely coming from upstairs in the attic. It was pretty crazy because the people that built this house had put a boat in the attic and closed the house in around it. I didn't go up to the attic very much because it was very creepy and very dark up there. So me, being 12 years old, I was very curious about what was moving things up there. At 12, how much do you really know about ghosts or spirits, right? So I opened the door to the attic, and let me tell you, the stairs going up to the attic were very scary and dark. I turned the hall light on that somewhat lit up the stairs going upstairs to the attic when something comes flying down the stairs at me. And boy, did that scare the crap out of me. So I go running back downstairs into my room. I was shaking so bad because I didn't know what just happened and what just threw something at me from the stairs. So I put myself back together and opened my bedroom door to try going upstairs again because I really wanted to know what was up there doing that. So me, being as stubborn as I was determined to go up there and see what was going on. As I started to climb the stairs again, I was so scared, but I had to find out what it was. The closer I got to the top of the stairs, the louder the sounds were. So finally, I made it to the top. It was pretty dark up there, and the switch to turn the light on was on the far wall around the boat. So I started to head towards the light switch. All of a sudden, boxes started moving around. It stopped me in my tracks. I was shaking so bad because I had no idea what was doing it. So I was thinking to myself, if I can get to the light switch, I can see what's making the noises and moving the boxes around. So again, I started moving around the boat to get to the light switch as fast as I possibly could. I finally got there and turned it on. And as soon as the light came on, I seen what looked like a young boy standing over by the boxes. I was terrified all of a sudden. The light started to flicker on and off, and suddenly it went out. Now I'm standing in the dark, and I know there's a ghost of a little boy in the attic. I'm thinking that if I can get over there to him, maybe I can talk to him and find out who he was, what his name was, and why he was up there in the attic. So, with as terrified as I was, I started to ask questions with a very quiet, shaky voice. Why are you here? What is your name? But I didn't get any reply. It was completely quiet. So I started moving around towards the boxes, and all of a sudden, I hear footsteps running around the boxes. But this time, the footsteps are starting to get closer to me. I was starting to panic. I was so scared. I couldn't even scream. I was frozen right where I stood. I noticed it started to get really cold up there. I could see my breath now. Then I felt something touch my hand and I could hear the footsteps run away. It was like the ghost was playing a game. So, as my anxiety came down a little and I started to let my guard down to play with this ghost boy, suddenly something hit my legs and took him out from under me. I fell to the ground. Now I'm thinking, this ghost doesn't want to play. He wants to hurt me. So I'm laying on the floor, wondering what I should do next. I hear a voice speak in a really low tone. You must leave. Now I'm looking around to see if I can see the little boy that just said that, but it's really dark up there, so I really can't see much. So I stand up slowly and go around the boat to get to the stairs and to get out of the attic, but the ghost wasn't done with me yet. When I started to walk slowly around the boat, I felt a stinging pain across my chest, and wow, did that hurt. I was still walking very slowly, so I didn't trip over anything in front of me. I could see the light in the stairway, and I was trying my best to get to it before this little ghost boy could hurt me again. As I get to the stairway, I hear another voice say, "Don't come back." I ran down the stairs as fast as I could, and I slammed the attic door shut, and for the remaining days that we lived in that house, I never went back upstairs to the attic again. Thank you for listening to my ghost story. My ghost story. This story goes